Shikamaru got terrible grades. He slept all day and treated everything like a huge problem. But this same guy who's extremely lazy and whose dream was to be a cloud so he wouldn't have to do anything was also capable of planning combat strategies so complex that elite ninjas couldn't keep up. He was never dumb, quite the opposite. Shikamaru is a genius. It's just that his intelligence works differently, and maybe that's exactly where the problem lies. Because being too smart, in his way, isn't an advantage, it's a burden. Why does someone so capable choose to live as if they weren't? Why does a genuine genius spend their entire life running away from everything that could make them shine? The answer isn't in laziness. It's in something much deeper. Since childhood, Shikamaru was always that kid who preferred to lie down and watch the clouds rather than do anything productive. He did poorly in school, not because he didn't understand, but because he simply didn't see the point in trying. His mom nagged him, the teachers complained, but he just ignored everything. A detail most people don't notice is that he wasn't just lazy, he was selective. Strategy games he dominated. Chess, shogi, anything that required pure reasoning, he won effortlessly. The problem wasn't ability, it was interest. And that's where it starts to get interesting, because Shikamaru realized something way too early. The better you are at something, the more people expect from you. The more you deliver, the more you need to keep delivering. And to him, that seems like a trap. So he developed a very simple life philosophy. Do the bare minimum to not get pressured. Lose on purpose. Never shine too bright. Because shining means responsibility, and responsibility means pressure, and pressure means pain. Shikamaru's brain works in a very specific way. He's not the type of smart that memorizes formulas or dates. He's the type that sees patterns where no one else does, that anticipates moves before they happen, that solves complex problems in seconds because his reasoning is already 5 steps ahead. That's what we call fluid intelligence. It's not about what you know, it's about how you process new information, how you adapt, how you improvise under pressure. And in that, Shikamaru is insane. But here's where it gets heavy. People with this type of intelligence tend to be the most unmotivated because they can predict the effort something will require. They see all the steps before starting, and often, just imagining the path already exhausts them. It's not laziness, it's mental anticipation. It's the weight of processing everything before even acting. And there's more. His brain works better when he's still, when he's lying down, watching the clouds doing nothing, because it's in boredom that creativity appears. It's in the emptiness that his brain organizes information and creates strategies. He's not wasting time, he's processing. But to everyone on the outside, it looks like he does nothing, that he's just a lazy guy who gives up easily. He lets people think that because it's safer. As long as no one expects anything from you, you never disappoint. If you always lose, no one demands victory. But inside, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's not incapable, he just chooses not to show it. And that becomes armor, a way to control other people's expectations, to not be put in situations where he'll have to carry weight. The problem is that this strategy has a cost, because living like this means never taking anything on, never committing, never really trying. And deep down inside, that eats away at you, because he knows he could be more. He's just afraid of what comes with it. And you can see this clearly when he says he wants a simple life. Marry a normal woman, have 2 normal kids, and die before his wife so he doesn't suffer. Sounds humble, right? But it's fear. Fear of wanting more and failing. Fear of trying and not being able to handle it. Fear of being demanded from and collapsing. Shikamaru's real wound isn't laziness. It's the terror of responsibility. Because responsibility means other people depend on you. And if you fail, they suffer. And he knows this will happen because he overthinks. He anticipates mistakes. He sees all the ways things can go wrong and gives up before even trying. So he prefers not to lead, not to decide, not to take on responsibility. Because if he doesn't take it on, he can't fail. And if he doesn't fail, no one gets hurt because of him. But life doesn't let you run forever. The Sasuke rescue mission was the first time Shikamaru couldn't run. He became a leader, and even with all his intelligence, even with all his strategy, he saw everyone who trusted him almost die. Choji almost died, Neji almost died, and he was there, alone, realizing that running from responsibility doesn't protect you from anything, because omission also kills. Then came Asuma's death, his sensei, the guy who believed in him, and there, Shikamaru broke down in a way he had never broken down before, because for the first time, he couldn't hide. The pain hit head on, and he realized that no matter how much you try to avoid it, life forces you to grow, whether you want to or not. So here's where it all connects. Shikamaru represents a very specific type of person, the one who uses intelligence as a way to avoid life, not to live it. He thought being smart meant being able to predict problems and avoid them. But what he discovered is that avoiding problems doesn't save you from suffering, it just delays it. And there's something important here. Intelligence without action is just wasted potential, and wasted potential generates a very silent type of pain, because deep down, you know you could be more. you know you're sabotaging yourself, and that eats away at you in a slow and constant way. But his transformation shows something powerful. Pain can be the catalyst, not in a cheesy motivational way, but in a real way, because it was only when he lost someone he loved, or when he saw the consequences of his own omission, that he understood that running away wasn't wisdom, it was disguised cowardice. And from then on, his mind stopped being a tool for escape and became a tool for protection. He started using his intelligence not to avoid responsibility, but to carry it better, to protect what matters, to lead, to honor the legacy of those who are gone. So back to the initial question, why does someone so capable choose to live as if they weren't? Because he was afraid. Afraid to carry, afraid to fail, afraid that his intelligence wouldn't be enough when it really mattered. And that's his most human part. Because deep down, Shikamaru wasn't lazy, he was insecure and covered that insecurity with apathy. But when life forces you to choose between running or taking on responsibility, you discover who you really are. And he discovered he was stronger than he thought. He just needed pain to understand that. Shikamaru carries a weight that most people will never understand. The weight of overthinking, of anticipating too much, of feeling that each decision can destroy everything. But it's exactly this weight that makes him who he is. And maybe, in the end, that's what defines a true strategist. Not intelligence, but the courage to use it even knowing it might not be enough. I invite you to look deep inside yourself. In which areas of life are you being like Shikamaru? What are the things you know you need to do, but deep down sabotage yourself by wasting time trying to calculate all possible variables? Being smart isn't the problem. Trying to predict possible mistakes isn't the problem. The problem is when this paralyzes you to the point where the fear of getting it wrong, the fear of taking responsibility for trying, becomes greater than the desire to achieve.